Elon Musk had always looked beyond the stars, but tonight, as he sat in his dimly lit office at SpaceX headquarters, the weight of a lifelong dream pressed heavily on him. In just a few hours, the first human colony mission to Mars would launch, a moment he had spent decades preparing for. It was no longer just an idea scribbled on a napkin or a speculative TED Talk. This was real. The Starship, fully fueled and prepped, stood tall at the launch site, bathed in the glow of floodlights. Hundreds of engineers bustled around, making final checks, while a select team of astronauts prepared for what would be humanity's most ambitious journey yet. Yet there was one last seat available. It was an unexpected development. A last-minute adjustment in calculations had revealed that the spacecraft could carry one more passenger without compromising safety or fuel efficiency. But who would take that seat? The decision rested in Elon Musk's hands. For years, Musk had obsessed over Mars colonization, investing every ounce of his energy, wealth, and intellect into making it a reality. He had faced countless failures, rockets exploding, critics mocking, governments doubting. Yet here he was, on the brink of proving them all wrong, and now he had to make a choice. Would he take the last seat and become part of history, or should he give the opportunity to someone else? Musk leaned back in his chair, staring at the golden ticket in his hand. His mind raced with possibilities. If he went, it would mean leaving Earth behind forever, leaving Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and everything else in the hands of others. Was he ready to do that? He picked up his phone and called Gwynne Shotwell, his most trusted ally and the president of SpaceX. "Elon," she answered, as if she already knew why he was calling. "Are you going to take the ticket?" There was a long pause. "I don't know," Musk admitted. "I've spent my entire life working toward this moment. But what happens if I leave? What if something goes wrong here on Earth?" Gwynne exhaled. "Look, I get it. No one deserves to be on that ship more than you. But you've always said Mars isn't about one man. It's about the survival of humanity." Musk nodded to himself. She was right, but that didn't make the decision any easier. Unable to sit still, Musk left his office and walked through the SpaceX headquarters. He passed by Mission Control, where rows of engineers sat before massive screens, monitoring every detail of the launch sequence. Some of them looked up and nodded at him, their faces filled with excitement and admiration. They were here because of him. He continued walking and found himself in the astronaut prep area. The selected Mars pioneers were suiting up, their faces a mix of nerves and determination. He recognized them all. Brilliant minds, experts in their fields, adventurers willing to risk everything for the next frontier. And then he noticed someone else. In the far corner of the room, a young engineer stood alone, watching the astronauts with a longing expression. Musk recognized him immediately. Daniel Reyes, one of SpaceX's rising stars. A genius in propulsion technology, Daniel had played a critical role in perfecting the Raptor engines that would carry Starship to Mars. Musk approached him. "You okay?" Daniel snapped out of his trance. "Oh, Mr. Musk, yeah, I was just, He hesitated before adding, "I wish I could go." Musk studied him for a moment. Daniel had the passion, the knowledge, and the drive. But more importantly, he had time. He was young. He represented the future. Musk reached into his pocket and pulled out the ticket. "Take it." Daniel's eyes widened. "What?" "I'm giving you the last seat," Musk said simply. "You've earned it." The young engineer's hands trembled as he took the ticket. But you're supposed to go. You built all of this." Musk smiled. "This was never about me." Daniel's face was a mixture of shock and gratitude. He wanted to protest, but the truth was undeniable. Musk had already won. His legacy was secured. His mission, his purpose, was bigger than himself. As the countdown reached its final minutes, Musk stood at the private viewing platform with Gwyn, watching the starship ignite. Flames roared, the ground trembled, and a massive cloud of steam billowed outward. Daniel was on board. The young engineer, still in disbelief, looked out of the small window, knowing that his life in the fate of humanity was about to change forever. Musk felt a deep sense of peace. He had considered taking the seat. He had imagined himself looking down at Earth from space, feeling the pull of adventure. But in the end, he knew his role wasn't to go. It was to send others forward. Gwyn looked at him. "Do you regret it?" Musk smirked. "Not yet." Then with a deafening roar, the starship lifted off, disappearing into the sky, leaving behind only a trail of fire and the echoes of a new era. Musk watched it until it was gone, then turned back to Gwyn. "All right," he said, already thinking about the next challenge. "Let's get to work." Because while Mars was the future, the mission to build it had only just begun.